Today we are going to learn about how to do the catalog page. So let's start the new website. I just leave the default name and press OK, or simply open the folder and you can drop the app data and the images into this folder. So images contains all the images for your project and app data contains the database. So if you refresh this, you will get the app data and images. And let's open the database. So I have one table called carpet, and if you open the table data, this contains a carpet ID, name of the carpet, price of the carpet, and image file which contains the name of the image, the file name, image file name, and here is a description. Let me add a description here. So first we are going to create a catalog page that is going to display all the carpets. So let's add a new website, new form, and let me name this as catalog. Add it to your project, and this is the page where we are going to display the products. Before we do that, we will add the data set for this. So create a new item which is a data set, and I'm going to name this data set as DS carpets and add them. So let's create the app code folder, and to create the table adapter, right click, add a new table adapter. We are going to connect to the database. I leave the default string name. We are going to create a SQL statement. We can use the query builder. I want to display all the carpets, so let me select all the values. I don't have any filter because I want all the carpets to be displayed. Press OK. Next, we don't want the filled data table, and I'm going to name this query as get carpet data, and we don't want any insert update commands, just it's going to be a query to return the carpets. So press next, finish. So here is our table adapter, carpet table adapter. Save this. Now go to the page. I want to display the products. So let us select it and make it bigger by choosing the heading 1, and here I want to display the list of carpets. From your toolbox, under the data category, we are going to choose the data list. So drag the data list inside your web form and connect with the data source. So we don't have any data source yet. Create a new data source. We'll have an object which is going to connect with our table adapter. I just leave the default name and press OK, and you could see your carpet table adapter, and the only function we have is get carpet data, which will return all the carpet details, and here we have all this detail. And let's save this and execute. So if I execute this page, you should see the product catalog with all the 3 products that we have. Now we see here the page doesn't look neat, and I want the images to be picture instead of a text, the file name, and I don't want to have the ID displayed to the user. This is the catalog page, which will show only the name of the product, price, and the image. And when the user click on the product image, it's going to show the details like descriptions. So let's go and format this. Let's stop this. To format this page, your data list, select the data list and click on the smart tag, press auto format. So this is pre-built formats, so choose whichever format do you like. Let me choose the professional, or okay, let's choose this black and blue one and apply this style, which every odd and even has a different colors. Now to edit the elements inside this, you see there is a edit template. Choose the edit template. I don't want the carpet ID, and I want to display the name of the carpet, so we don't want the label. We want the price with AED. We don't want the image text, and we don't want this description. So let's remove all this. Here I'm going to display only the name, price, and before the name I want to display its image. So I'm going to take a control from the standard controls. In standard controls we have 2 types of controls, image and image button. The difference between image button and image button is clickable, so users should be able to click this image button, but image is a static image which user will not be able to click. In our case, we want the user to click the image and move to the details page, so I'll choose the image button. So drag and drop the image button, click on the edit data binding. I'm going to bind this with my image file. So image file contains the path for your image. Press OK. Now let's save this and execute. Here we go. So we have the image which is clickable, and we have the name of the item, the price, and the second item and third item. But if you see the price, we have 4 decimal place. Usually the price will have only 2 decimal place. So let's go and fix it. I'll stop the project. The price, click on the smart tag, edit the binding. Now it's binded to the price, but there is no format. We are going to choose a fixed point. If you choose currency, it will take the currency format, which will be the dollar. I don't want it to be a dollars, so let me make it as a fixed point. I don't want the fixed point, so remove the text fixed point. So whatever you put inside the curly braces would be displayed, and my data will be 0.00. That means after the decimal we have only 2 decimal place. Press OK. Now if you go and execute, you should see only 2 decimal place after. Now let's stop the project. I want the name to be bigger in a different font. So this can be achieved by going to the property, make it bold, make the size of this to large, and Let's change the fore color to dark blue. I want the image to be floating on the left, name and the price should be on the right. So this can be done using a table. So let's create a table. So to create a table, from the menu choose table, insert table. So I'm going to have 2 rows, 2 columns and press OK and drag this in your second column. The price will be below this, and your first column I'm going to merge them, select both and modify, right click, modify, merge cell. So this will merge these two as one column, and let us make it bigger, the width of this, and drag your image inside this. So here we go. We have edited our template. Now click on the smart tag and press end editing. I want this to fill up the whole page. So in the data list, under the property, make the width as 100%. So this will make our data list fill up with this full page. And after each of the product I want a line, so select the smart tag and edit the template. So far we are editing the item template. So if you click on this drop down, you should see a separator template. Click on the separator template. This is how you are going to separate each item, and I'm going to use a HTML control. Under the HTML you will have horizontal ruler. Just drag it and paste it here. Save the files, and we have edited our template. Now let's run this. So this is how it's going to show. So for each one we have the image on the left, the name and the price. So when I click on this image, it should take us to the details page. So let's create a details page first. Right click on the website, add a new item, a web form, and I'm going to name this as details.aspx. Add it. Now this page is going to show us the product details, and let's select this one, make it as heading 1. Let us create a link below this which will link us to the catalog page. So drag a hyperlink, and in the properties I'm going to change it to text of the property, return to catalog, change return to catalog, and choose the property navigate URL, and this is going to navigate to our catalog page. So press OK. So when we choose a image, it should go to the details page. So let's go to the smart tag, edit it. Now we are going to control this image. So click the smart tag of image and edit data binding. So if you have noticed, we already bind the image URL with the image file field. Now I want to choose another property. So these are bindable properties by default. So if you want to see the rest of the properties, check this button, show all properties. and if you scroll down you should see a property post bag URL. So this is a request sent to the your server when the user click on the button. So when user click on the button, I'm going to send the carpet ID to the details page, and the page I'm going to call is details.aspx, and I'm going to send a query string. Let's call this query string as id equals the 0th column, which is the carpet ID. So I'm going to call the details.asp with the query string id equal to 0 and press OK. Now let's save this and run this. I'm here in the catalog page. Look carefully into the URL. This is in the catalog.aspx. When I click one of the picture, you can see it takes me to the details.aspx and your id equals to 1 because I have choose the first item. When I return back, let's say I choose the third item and click it, I see now the id is 3. Yes, so we have successfully called the details page and passed the id. Now we need to show the details of the choose item. So let's stop the web running and open the details page, and in details page let me add the data list. You can use a data list or details view, anything. Let me choose the data list, or this time let me choose the details view, and I'm going to auto format this to one of the built-in format. And now I want to, before I connect it to the data source, I need to create a table adapter that will filter only the ID that I send. If you notice, we have get carpet data, but this one will send all the carpet data, but now I want only the carpet detail that user have selected. So right click on it, add a query, press next, and in the query builder I'm going to add a filter for this carpet ID equals to I'm going to send a parameter ID, press OK. Next, I don't want to fill the data table, and I'm going to call this as get carpet data by ID and press next, finish. So here we have the second query, but this time we are going to pass a parameter ID, and it will send us, return us only the row that is matching this ID. Let's save this file. Now go to the details, click on the smart tag of the details view and choose new data source, choose the object, OK. Now you have table adapter, choose, and from the method we have two methods, the carpet data which will return all the data which I am not interested. I want only the carpet data, that's I'm going to send a parameter. So press next. So we have an ID parameter. So now this ID is going to match from the query string. The name of the query string is ID that we gave in our previous file. When we call, we are passing the ID. I'm not going to set any default value, press finish. So we have connected with the table. Now I don't want this carpet ID or the image file, So let's go and edit the fields. So this time it's not a ready template because this is not a template, this is a details view. So let us go and edit the fields. So choose the fields that you don't want to display. I don't want the carpet ID, I want the name. But image file, let us change it to field, so that we can go and change it to image. The same way price, I want to convert into template field because we want to control the number of decimal place as what we did in the catalog page. Now if you go to the edit template, you should see the template for price. This is for the price and this is for the image file. Let's choose the price first. On the smart tile of the price, edit. So this is binded with the price, and the format is going to be fixed point, and the number of decimal place I want is 2 decimal. So put 0.00 and press OK. That's done for the label. Now choose the second one. So for the image item file, I don't want the label, instead we are going to use a image itself. So this time I'm going to use image, not a image button, because we are not going to click it. So edit the data binding, this is going to bound to image file and press OK. Now we have done our editing, and if you go back to edit fields, I want the image to be at the first, then name, then price, then the description. Let us say this and go to the catalog and execute this. So when a user choose a catalog product from the catalog, this will show us the details of the product, the image, name, price, and the description. And then they press on the return to catalog, it go back to the catalog. So this is a simple catalog page that we have created.